What's up, everybody? I hope you enjoyed the offseason. It's Glenn here with Big Jack, ready to start the NFL opening weekend with some of our best picks for the weekend in terms of betting. Jack, how you been, brother?
I'm good, man. Just trying to build on the wild success of last season.
Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, it's great to see your face. It's been too long. But anyways, we're gonna try to keep the videos a little shorter this year. Hopefully, it makes it a little easier watching experience, but we're gonna still bring some personality to it as well. I'll start up with my first pick of the weekend. As a Bears fan, it pains me, but I'm going to go with the Packers -1 in Minnesota. I think that they're just a better team. I think a lot of people are high on the Vikings. I got to see it before I get excited. We've seen the Packers. We know LaFleur knows what he's doing. They upgraded the defense this offseason. Yeah, they lost Devontae Adams, but they'll pound the rock. Aaron will find a way. They're winning that game for sure. I think they win comfortably. Packers -1.
Yeah, I got nothing bad to say about that one. I think Minnesota's kind of like a sexy pick right now. That's what a lot of the pros or whatever that you hear on different outlets are talking about that one. So I sort of like going against the grain. They had that fluky week one last year where they sort of got smacked by
Yep.
the Saints, but yeah, I think that's a solid pick. As much as I hate it myself, but I don't see the Packers dropping on the road against Minnesota. My
Sure.
first pick is similar line wise. It's just a 1 point game right now. I'm going to take the Panthers. I'm just going to take them on the money line, though. It's only money line -115 as I look
Okay.
at it live right now. So I'm going to stay away from the points, not even mess with the one. Just take them straight up on the money line. I think they get the job done. I'm not so much in it for the idea of a Baker revenge game or anything like that. I just think the Browns got a lot of bad juju around the club at the moment. I'm not sure how they're going to come into the season with Jacoby Brissett. He's had some moderate success as a backup, but that's what he is. He's a backup. He's not a starter in this league. I think the Panthers, with a healthy McCaffrey, are going to be able to score some points.
I can't wait to see him play.
Yeah,
He's
he's
awesome to watch.
electric out there, and Rule's going to be fighting for his job this year, so they're going to have to come out the gates week one and get a good win at home. I like him to do it.
Right on, right on. All right, my second pick of the weekend. I'm gonna go to Tennessee Titans -5.5 over the New York Giants. I think that the Giants are just a bottom tier franchise, right? I don't have any faith in Daniel Jones. If anything, I got faith that he's gonna fuck up at some point. And then Tennessee, me personally, up there with like obviously the Bears. Not, but this isn't relatable. But like, I love to watch the Buffalo Bills because they're a fucking tough team. Like they end every run like trying to run you over. I feel similar about the Titans. I really like watching them play. I think they're well coached. I think they're a tough team. You know, Tennessee Titans -5.5. I think they can win by a touchdown, no problem.
Yeah, I got nothing to say against that one either. I'm interested to see what the Giants look like with Dayball, but that's still like a prove it team. I'll probably need to see him play a handful of times before I really mess with them at all. So,
For sure.
I don't love going on or against either side in that game, but you know, go Titans, I guess,
Go
man.
Titans, baby.
Take care of business. My next pick is actually going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, the
Oh,
Super Bowl runner-ups, who have fared pretty miserably in their season openers following year. But I feel like the Bengals are kind of catching a bit of disrespect right now. A lot of people are kind of sweeping them out under the rug, talking about how the Ravens are going to come back and dominate that division and Lamar Jackson's contract year. So, I think the Bengals got a good squad still. I think Joe Burrow proved it. He got sacked, just as much, if not more, than anybody last year, and still took them to all the way to the end. Almost got through the finish line. So, I think they come out, take care of business. We don't need to get into it, but everyone knows what I think about Mitch Trubisky. So, I got no qualms about going against that man, and I think they win by at least a touchdown, if not more. I also like the idea of Mike Tomlin catching so many points. I think a lot of public money will flow on the Steelers, which makes me like the Bengals. So I'm riding with them to open up the season. I got them at 6.5 currently.
Yep, you brought up my one concern with that is given Mike Tomlin 6.5 points. That's exactly where my head went, and that might be the sucker in me. But I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
no, I don't think it's a sucker at all. I mean, it's a real trend. He is incredible when he's catching points, at any point. So it's, something that is a little nerve wracking, but
How
there's so many.
many?
I don't know if you noticed the board this week. It has to be like a record for the amount of teams that are like giving points
Yeah,
on the road.
yep.
There's just home
A lot of
dogs
home dogs.
80% of the games.
A lot of home
And
dogs.
it's week one. It's tough to kind of read those games. So I'm sort of like, part of my process was almost like throwing out a good chunk of those because
Sure.
that's just a little goofy to me to start the season.
No, right on. How many weeks do you think Trubisky gets?
I'm the wrong guy to ask because I'm so biased.
Yeah, you hate him,
But
but
no, it's not that
you
I
just don't think
hate.
he's good. I should
I
say.
hate him. I just hate him
Yeah,
as a quarterback
I
in the
got you.
NFL. He's not an NFL quarterback.
Okay, if
But
I tell you he starts the first 5 games, you think he starts the first 5? You think he starts more? You think he starts less?
I would think it's less than 5.
Okay.
I would say if I was like actually putting a wager down on it, I would need to know when Pittsburgh's bye week
Bye
was,
week.
which I don't off the top of my head,
Sure.
but I can't imagine he survives the bye week.
I think they like Kenny Pickett a lot.
Absolutely.
I think he gets people excited up there. It might be kind of a throwback to when Mitch got drafted here and they try to sit him at first. And granted, we all know what happened, but everybody was calling for him. It happens a lot with young quarterbacks, right? People get excited. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The one thing they got going for them is they're historically a really great franchise and they run things the right way. So if they got a game plan with Kenny Pickett, they're probably going to stick to the game plan and trust trust their plan and give it a go. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, my last pick of the week. I think a lot of people are hot on the Cowboys. I'm very bearish on the Cowboys. I think they will be very, very, very bad this season. Granted, they are in a bad division, but I think they're going to be awful. I'm taking the Bucks minus 2.5. I know a lot of talk around Tom Brady not practicing. Tom Brady finds a way. Now, granted, it's week one. If they lose, like, is he going to be freaking out? No. So if there is a spot for him to, kind of slip up, it is probably the first couple weeks, and he'll figure it out. He'll right the ship. But I think that Bucks defense is going to ball out against the Dallas offensive line. They lost some weapons at receiver. I do like Dalton Schultz, the tight end. I think Zeke is. It's time for Zeke to get the old Yeller treatment, man. I think he sucks, and I think Tony Pollard is actually a better back at this point. I don't know, like, and then McCarthy just doesn't inspire me. Maybe it's because I hate him because he was good with the Packers, but he just doesn't do it for me. I think I know that I think their win total is set at either 10 or 10.5 right now. The Cowboys, and I bet the under. I bet they win like 7 games this year. Is my guess. So their offensive line is terrible, other than Zach Martin, who might be the best lineman in all of the NFL. But other than him, their line is trash. So we'll see. I think they're gonna have a lot of struggles this year on offense. Their defense might be okay, but it ain't gonna be elite or anything like that. Give me the Bucks minus 2.5. I'm betting on Brady. I'm betting on Bucks. Go Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I always love picking for Brady, so that's a great pick in my eyes. As far as the Cowboys go, yeah, part of me is kind of buying into that sort of conspiracy that they almost want McCarthy to have a bad year and they're just going to fire his ass and bring in Sean Payton. But yeah, Dak.
I haven't heard that one yet. That's interesting.
It's out there, baby. It's the Cowboys. That's all they ever.
The truth is out there, man.
But yeah, go. I think Brady has a great year. I like that pick a lot. My last pick, I'm going to go against one of my own rules and how I never really like to bet on or against the Bears. But I'm going to play the beloved tomorrow. I'm going to take the 6.5 points. I don't need to dig into it too much and go on and on. I'll just leave it simply at Trey Lance has played one season in the last decade, and he played in like the NAIA or something like that, which is like below D3 or somewhere between JUCO and D3. I don't know. I don't even know where the guy played, but he played one season. It was literally when he was like 14, and now he's 24 or whatever. So it's been a long time since that man has played football, and he's the starting quarterback of the 49ers. If Justin Fields is what we hope should be, he's got to go out and prove it, and you got to beat guys like that. You're catching 6.5 at home. I might not love the 49ers defensive line going against the Bears offensive line, but I look at the quarterbacks and say, Justin Fields, if you're a franchise guy, this is a game that you're at least competitive in. So,
for sure.
Give me the 6.5.
I think they got an advantage that they don't have anything on tape, right? And Eberflus seems like a competent coach so far. So, and then I really like Getsy. So you'd like to think that they can do some things. You brought up the Bears O-line versus the Niners defensive front seven. That might be a struggle. We'll see. I don't know, man. I don't think I would ride that bet with you if I wasn't going to be in the building tomorrow. I think this is a steer clear game for me for sure. I could see it getting ugly. I think the first 2 weeks are going to be really brutal for the Bears, and then we'll right the ship. But I think it's two of like the top 3 or 4 defenses in the NFL the first 2 weeks, I think. And it's going to be a test, and it's going to, it could get ugly, but hey, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. Bear down. I'll be rooting for your bet. I don't know how much faith I got in it, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I could appreciate that. I mean, there's plenty of reasons not to have faith in it, but like I said, my reasons out on the line, it just sort of comes down to Trey Lance, Justin Fields in my eyes, and you got to go out and take care of business if you're supposed to be the guy.
That's fair. I think we'll do a short little Bears game video, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes, just to give some of the key position battles that we got to look forward to that game or something along those lines. Some of the keys to victory. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to NFL opening weekend. That Thursday night game was great. The Bills look awesome. But it's good to have football back, baby. Even if the Irish suck and, the Bears are probably in a little bit of a rebuild mode, it's so good to have football back.
Oh, there's nothing better, man. Nothing better than Sunday just locking in, letting it rip all day.
Hell yeah. All right, so quick recap. Jack is on the Carolina Panthers money line, Cincinnati Bengals -6.5, and the Chicago Bears +6.5. I am on the Packers -1, Tennessee -5.5, and Tampa Bay -2.5. Now that I look and see that I'm playing all favorites, I don't love that, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Also, quick little recap. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Jack last year put up some historic gambling numbers when it came to his best bets. I don't remember the exact figures, but it was something like 45 and 25 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Me, on the other hand, I was terrible. So going into the weekend, tail Big Jack, fade Big Mike Glenn. All right, fade.
I was 34, 18, and had 2 pushes. 34.
That's a wild record. That's like a 65% clip, man. That's better than pros.
We had a wild year. We're trying to keep it going. Instantly coming out the gate, breaking my number 1 rule of staying away from Bears games, just not sticking to the method that brought us so much success. Got to change it up, baby.
Got to change it up. All right. I hope all you enjoy opening weekend. Stay tuned for the Bears preview video. Peace.